There's been a lot of talk since Saturday's game about stepping up into the pocket, referring to Steven Montez and the changes he made from first half to second half.
Right.
As a quarterback, is that like a graduate level skill? Stepping up in the pocket, talk about that.
Well,
that means for a quarterback.
In all fairness to Steven, the year before we were able to do. I went back and watched some of the film against him again, against Oregon State, and some of the things we did. In all fairness to Steven, when he was in high school, he started as a ninth grader. He was the biggest, the fastest, most athletic guy on the field. And when people rushed him, he could see them and make them miss, and knock them down and run around them and throw the ball. So that's what he's kind of ingrained in him. Now, we sat down and talked, him and I, right before halftime, right before we went in, and talked about it. And I said, hey, you just got to sit in there and trust it. And I said, now, I don't want to take away your playmaking ability at all. I said, but you got to sit in there and understand what a flash is and what a free guy is, and just trust him. And if you get hit some in the pocket, you'll get hit some in the pocket. But you'll naturally get out of there some. And he did. He sat in there in the pocket good, and then there was one, I think, in the third quarter there where he was able to scramble out and made a play when he did get a rush. It's just him doing it over and over, and I thought he grew up a lot there in that second half, being able to do that. I really do, and trust it and look downfield, and I thought that he did that, and he's been doing a good job in practice this week doing it also. Some guys can't run well enough to get out of the pocket, so you always hear that. Well, he's just a pocket passer. He can't make any plays. If the pocket breaks down, he can't. Well, he's able to make plays if the pocket breaks down. We just got to get him to stay in there. And that's him just getting comfortable with it, and he will. Because he has a strong enough arm to throw it out of there.
Were you aware of the conversation he had with Tyler after he spoke with you?
With Tyler?
Yeah, he said that when he spoke with you, he wasn't quite sure what you were saying, so he went to Tyler, and Tyler told him, hey, be like me. I'm not fast. I have to stay in the pocket, so just stay there like me. Try to be like me. Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't aware of it. No, and I thought he understood what I said. But whatever works. All you need is results, right? So,
Coach, you'd mentioned that Kyle Evans is expected back.
Yeah.
Michael Atkins healthy and Bo Bishop being developed. How do you kind of see Kyle fitting back into the mix?
We're going to throw him in there on the mix on special teams, and we'll throw him in there at running back, and just see how it all works out. Michael's been playing good, Bo's been playing good, Kyle's good. Fortunately, everybody stayed healthy, but usually running backs get nicked up, and you're going to need all those guys significant times during the season at different times. So just have them all prepared to go, and then they're all playing on special teams and doing some different things also.
Mike, at the beginning of the day, you were talking about Isaac Miller.
Yeah.
And you found another tackle. So what do you do with him going forward now with Jeremy back? And try to mix those guys in?
Yeah, we'll mix them around. It gives us more options on our offensive line, and then able to have some more depth to keep us fresh in different times. It gives us moving pieces. And, we played Jeremy also all spring at guard a lot. So he could play guard. We got multiple things we can do there. That gives you flexibility. And then, we played Timmy Lanot at center, in the fourth quarter, and that was good. So you always want to try to get your best five out there at different ways. And then if you can rotate a couple guys in, which offensive line and secondary don't rotate much because all the things, but if they've played a lot and they got a lot of snaps under your belt, then you can do that. So we have the flexibility to be able to do that. So, and I think it creates a lot of competition too.
This is the final game in non-conference play. Obviously, conference play starts in a couple weeks. As a coach, I'm sure you have a list of concerns and worries like you do every week. What are you hoping? What would be on that short list of things you'd hope your team would accomplish this week?
Well, I'd like for us to put together, what I would say a full game on all phases, the whole entire time that we can. And you always want to see that in every game. I think every coach in America says that after every game, or says that going into a game. So it is cliche-ish, but it's also true. You just kind of want to see good rhythm everywhere and everybody doing well. So that's what we'd like to see. I'd like to see our coverage units on special teams. I'd like to see them make a jump. Our guys have been kicking so good and doing things so good. We've had some errors that you see on film, but we haven't had it exploited. And I'd like to be able to fix those things before it exploits us. And then, so those are some things that we're really working hard at trying to sharpen up. Because we kick so many out of the end zone, if they come up, there's a couple of times we didn't cover correctly. We fit inside a guy or fit outside a guy, and showing the kids that over and over. We need to make sure we've worked on it. We got to hone that up. Our punters punted the ball phenomenal and punted where the guys couldn't return it, but they're going to have something they can return. We've got to be able to do that. So I would like to see our coverage units on our special teams shore up some more this week.
Coach, has the level of your defense surprised you at all? I mean, your red zone defense, 9 plays, net minus 2 yards. Coming into the season, I'm sure you expected to be good, but did you expect them to not allow a touchdown through the first 2 games?
I expect us for all 12 games not to allow a touchdown. No, no. I got that question asked to me on a phone Pac-12 similar question, and asked me what I was most surprised about the defense. What I've been most surprised about is we haven't really totally blown a coverage, totally blown a situation. We've lined up right. We've played hard. We've made checks. We've handled different situations. We've played third downs correctly. We didn't play too deep too many times. We understood what was happening to us. We understand, because it's kind of like an accordion. They got to make checks out there. They got to move with it. They can't just. It's not a cookie cutter thing. And what I was most impressed with was so far that they've basically handled all of those situations really well, which has helped us from just having a bunch of wide open guy we had that one run, the open and play the other day where we did fit that wrong. Thank goodness Isaiah can fly, and but then they rallied right there, and I think they've handled different adverse situations well and been able to line up correctly. I know that sounds simple, but it's not. Especially when teams are going fast in multiple formations, and then they've been able to make a lot of good checks and different things like that have really helped us. And that's an area I thought that we'd struggle with early. Remember I said we'd have a few bonehead mistakes. We hadn't really had those, and I think to me that's a credit to the players, but I think that's a huge credit to the way our coaching staff and Coach Elliott and them have been teaching them, and some of the different things that we've been doing in our practice and our meetings and in our walkthroughs that I think that DJ brought that I think have really helped that area also.